All right, so it drove me crazy at Holopal, but right now the diff lock switch is pressed and there's no diff lock. Now, as soon as you put it in first gear, right, you get diff lock. So there's a little relay, you can hear click, and when you go to first gear, it enables the diff lock. This is a safety feature so you don't go too fast with the rear differential locked. It does work in both high and low range, which I find interesting. I thought it would just work in low, but regardless, we're going to modify this so we can use the diff lock whenever we want. Just the same mod I did on my Tacoma. I do that on everything. You got to have options for stuff like that. So, all right, after a little trial and error, I found the switch on the transmission that tells it you're in first gear. It's this connector right here, this blue, green, gray. It was mounted right on this little tang right here. So you see where the starter is? It's right above your starter, and it's this connector, red wire and red black. If you unplug it, the other side is yellow green, which is confusing. Oh, it's just because this is this generic 2-pin switch. So yeah, there you go. Yellow and green on one side, red black on the other, blue connector. If you unplug this, it'll think it's never in first gear. So unplugging it would make it an open circuit, obviously. But if you jump it out, you can make it think it's always in first gear, which would let you lock your diff whenever you want. You see, it is a 3-pin connector, but only 2 of them are used. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to jump from one of those green wires to one of those yellow wires. To make it easy, I'm just going to use an inline splice right up here, pop that on there, and hopefully that'll give me diff lock at all times, because the relays will think it's always in first gear. I need to make sure this doesn't cause like some kind of weird speed limiter or something, but I don't think it will. This is a pretty simple circuit. Alrighty, so we got that connector shorted out, right, like that. Very simple, very easy to undo if I want to. And then if we look up here, the light is on, and we can go to neutral, the light stays on. We can go to any other gear, the light stays on, and then the switch works fine. We're obviously going to jack it up now. Oh, it's already jacked up. And we're going to test the operation of the locker to make sure it's staying locked in each gear. So let's turn it on. Neutral. Put our transfer case in neutral for safety. Oh, parking brake's on. All right. So that's locked, right? Wheels are turning together. Let's unlock it. All right, it's unlocked. Wheels are turning opposite directions. Let's lock it again. Let's go to 5th gear. And it's locked. All right, so now we can do all that stuff. Let's try reverse. Again, it's locked. Now let's just make sure we don't have some weird speed limiter thing going on. So we'll go to high range. Leave the diff locked. Do 3rd gear. Nice. So obviously we got to go test drive, and yes, it still has a little bit of a misfire. There's still some water in my distributor cap, but I'm gonna try to fix all that today. I just wanted to play with this little mod first. Also playing with the next mod we're gonna do is how to keep it from locking itself into 4-wheel drive when you go to low range, because I want to be able to use 2-wheel low. That could cause other things. We're going to do a test drive and see if we dorked anything else up. But I think it's a good mod. It's super simple. Anyone can do it. It doesn't require any soldering or any special tools, really. Just those little, I call them trailer light wire taps. But yeah, so we're going to go drive around and check out our modes and see how everything works. Feels pretty normal so far. Into 2nd gear. No new lights on the dash or anything. Into third gear. Excellent, feels good. All right, so after that first test, the rear diff lock actuator worked as we expected. Now we have independent control of the rear diff lock, which is great.